everyone, this is Unlock 24, and today I'm going to be showing you the completed Deep Sea Diva deck, and I've been having a ton of fun with it. I'm still really low tier, but anyway, here's the final version of the build, and I've been playing with it for a bit. The deck overall is extremely good. It basically beats everything that's out there. I've been playing a lot of Six Samurai, a lot of Desperado Dragons, and I've just been trashing them. I did test play a ton today, and this card, if you're playing against Desperado Dragon, they almost always lose to either the Abyss Soldier or the Pelizoic Canadias or the Floodgate Trap Hole. This thing is just insane. If you're playing against Desperado Dragon, you just bounce their monsters back. If you're playing against well, basically Six Samurai, the Canada and the Floodgate just trashes them. If they somehow manage to get Xian out, the heavy infantry takes care of it. You special summon Deep Sea Diva, get heavy infantry, and then send it out for Citadel Well, or you summon the soldier and then send out the infantry. But anyway, a deck list: 3 Abyss Soldiers, 3 Deep Sea Divas, 3 Citadel Wells, 2 Atlantean Marksmen, and 2 Atlantean Heavy Infantry. I don't think you need to run 3 of each. I think just two and two is already fine. The deck overall has a ton of utility. It can go against everything. You also run the Vermilion Dragon Mech, which you can go with a Citadel Well and a Deep Sea Diva. The Armades, you can go from Diva and Marksman, and then the this guy, Underworld Fighter Bomb, you can go with a Deep Sea Diva and a Atlantean Heavy Infantry. Overall, the deck has a ton of versatility. Every card except for the Floodgate Trap Hole basically has several different purposes. The Abyss Soldier, a really high attacking monster, 2000 attack with the Yumi on the field. Deep Sea Diva can go into basically most of the synchros. You can also use it to destroy cards on the field with the heavy infantry and the well. Once you get the well out and the sea stealth combo, it's extremely difficult for your opponent to win. It's not impossible, but it is difficult. I think one of the only outs to this deck is Yubel. When playing against Yubel, it is kind of hard to play against him, but you do have a lot of versatility against it. You still have the Abyss Soldier, which you can go ahead and bounce Yubel. But again, if they're playing the Phoenix, it does get kind of tough, and I think the Phoenix is basically an anti. I'm gonna call this Abyss Diva or Diva Abyss build, or well, I don't know what to name this yet. But anyway, I think if you're playing against Yubel, you just it's a 50-50 chance whether you win or lose. It's just depending on who gets the better hand. Overall, the deck is very consistent. There are some times when you get really bad hands, when you get like 3 wells and maybe 2 trap cards, or you get all the trap cards and don't see a monster. But I guess you can say that about any deck. Overall, I'm going to go ahead and show you some replays of the deck again. Super consistent. I'm still low tier, gold rank 5. So let me go ahead and show you some of the replays. I'm going to show you go from down and up. And I was trying different builds, so you may see some cards that aren't in this final build, but the final build overall I think is the best one. Alright, and here's a Yubel. Again, playing against Yubel is just a 50-50, and it really depends on the version that they're running. If they're not running the Phoenix version, which it's rare for them to not run the Phoenix version because that version is just insane. But anyway, just let's go ahead and take a look at this replay. So he already sends Yubel. Yubel Incarnate comes out. Really nothing we can do since it's barely turn 1. Alright, so I figured I just set don't do anything else. I set the Pelizoic Canadia, because if I set a monster, the Yubel is just gonna destroy him. He basically gets like a perfect hand. He has Phoenix going, he has a Yubel, And here I get a floodgate. I decide not to do anything since the Neftis is gonna just destroy itself again. So Neftis activates. I go ahead and I just want to have Canadia in the graveyard at this point. There was really no point for it to use it. So everything gets destroyed, and then he summons the 1800 beater to attack me. Fire King Yaksha. Deep Sea Diva into Marksman, into an Armades. And then I try to attack, and then I set a Floodgate to floodgate the Phoenix whenever it comes out. Alright, so Phoenix is going to come out, it's going to get floodgated. And then I'm going to go ahead and chain Canadia. Canadia's going to come back. I summon some Yaksha, destroys the Canadia. Armades attacking to Yaksha. And here, if it hit, I was just hoping for him to not be able to get anything else out. And he did destroy my Floodgate Trap Pool, which was kind of unfortunate. He ritual summons into this guy, and that once he does that, that's basically game, because he can just get rid of my monster and attack directly. Alright, this one, I don't remember what it was. Let's see. Alright, he restarts. Alright, so I just summoned the Abyss Soldier and set the Canadia. Oh, he's running Neos. Alright, Neos Fusion. Alright, and Neo Space. He attacks, hit Canadia. Draw. Alright, so Abyss Soldier for the field spell, so I can go ahead and get rid of the Marksman and then get rid of his monster, and I can go ahead and attack directly. He activates the Neo Space one more time. Summons Neo Space Connector, gets the Elementary Neos, and he contact fuses again for a Scarab. Gets floodgated. And then Canadia activates in the graveyard to bring it back. And then he just gives up because there's really nothing he can do. But yeah, the Canadians and the Floodgates are just insane. I think they may be getting hit in the next list. If you run 3 Canadians and 3 Floodgates, you really don't let your opponent play. I think running those 6 cards is an extremely hard counter to Samurais. Well, at least if they don't draw like the what is it? The 2 of the ones that can special summon themselves. Can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. I did play against one of the samurais that I played against. Did just completely destroyed me because he drew all 3 of them, and he just went special summon, special summon, special summon, and there was really nothing I can do about that. And the deck that this particular well deck, it is kind of slow. But if you think about your moves and think about what you're doing, it's extremely consistent and extremely reliable. If you don't have the cards for it, the deck is extremely expensive. I think just go with Desperado Dragon. Desperado Dragon again. You just get the 3 structure decks and you're set. For this particular deck, it does destroy Desperado Dragon, but again, I don't think you're getting like what you pay for, because again it's super expensive. The Wells, the Atlanteans, the Abyss Soldier, the Canadias, the Floodgates. I mean, they're all really high tier cards, and even the Diva. I myself couldn't get the 3rd one. I had to spend a ton of money to get it. I think I bought the box twice, and then another half, and then by that point I didn't want to spend any more cash on it, and I just grinded for some gems, got the 3rd one, and then finally was able to get it completed. And the other reason that I wanted is because I really wanted to play this deck really bad. But overall, if you don't have the cards for it, I would highly suggest you just go with Desperado Dragon. I think it's a decent deck, and it's not as expensive. Oh, and this particular game I was just testing out Destiny Draw. But the thing is that when you play Destiny Draw, you don't have the Yumi on the very first turn. I mean, the deck still works, but you can lock your opponent with the stealth attack and the Yumi, so there's really no point in running that. know you say Fudo. Alright, and here I switched back. It wasn't working out with the Destiny Rush since you don't get Yumi. So here I think it was kind of a waste of a Diva, but I did want to set up the C style attack and Yumi with the Whale lockdown. And this particular setup is extremely hard to break, especially if you draw a Deep Sea Diva. And here you have extreme control. And let me press pause so I can go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. So you have the Citadel Well, which it can literally destroy any monster in the field unless it has like some sort of protection effect. That along with the Sea Stealth attack, it's really hard to overcome with most decks. Then after that you have the Citadel Well, which you can't target with basically any card. So Dimension Wall, Sekuretsu Armor, basically none of those cards are going to work. Whenever you're attacking Armades, when you're attacking with Armades, they can't activate anything, so it's basically like attacking with another Well. If they somehow manage to get some sort of comeback, you have the Canadias, and whenever you have a Canadian, a Floodgate Trap was just insane, but you can achieve the same thing with just with two Canadias or two Floodgate Trap Rolls. If you're playing against 6 Samurai, this opening hand, it's just devastating to them. There's nothing they can do. The Well can't be targeted. I mean, it's really tough for them to overcome it. You Canadia, there's the level 1 tuner, or any tuner that they summon, and then they're stuck. They can't do anything. So that's one of the reasons that this deck does extremely well against Samurai. But again, you do have to kind of know what you're doing against it whenever you're playing against Samurai, because if you don't really know what you're doing with this deck, you're just gonna get trashed. And if you're trying the deck and you're getting destroyed, it's because I don't think you're at that level where you can play this deck, which most of the time is straightforward, but you kind of have to think ahead, maybe 1 or 2 turns, and a lot of people just don't do that. They just play what they have, and you do have to think a little bit with this particular deck, especially if you're playing it in competitive. I'm gonna keep playing it and see how far I take it, see if I can get it to King Games if I have the time. Next time I think I'm gonna be making something else. I don't know yet what I'm gonna be making, but let me go ahead and click play so we can play the game. Oh yeah, this guy was playing Junk Synchros, and then Canadias. But Canadias just destroy this guy, so there's really not much you can do. If you're playing against most Synchro decks, Canadias and Floodgates are just gonna completely trash them. And that's why I think the either the Flood, well, nah, I think you should restrict Floodgate and Canadia to 2, that way you can only run 2 of them to make Duel Links a little bit more enjoyable. If they leave it at 3, people who have them, they're just gonna be trashing everyone else. And one of the things that I do enjoy about Canadia right now is that it is a water monster, so if you have an Abyss Soldier face up and you have a Canadia down, and one of the things that I do like to do is summon the Abyss Soldier, set a Canadia, and Sea Stealth if I draw it, or a Floodgate Trap Hole. Their turn comes in, you Canadia, and then the following turn you can Floodgate Trap Hole, bring out the Canadia, and then on the next turn you bring out the Citadel Well. So it's kind of a, I mean, the deck overall is extremely flexible, and you can, depending on what choices you make, is how well the deck is gonna run. And also a little bit of luck, because you could just brick if you just draw straight up Wells and straight up trap cards. But anyway, let me know what your opinion is on the comments below. Let me know what you would change to make it a little bit better. If you would change anything, if you run 2 Wells, 1 Well, no Abyss Soldiers, maybe go into I did play against a particular Mermail deck that I saw that was very interesting with Nimble Sunfish and Nimble Angler. I think I might give that a try and see how well it works. I do have a pre-build already that I've been toying around with, but I don't have it to where it works properly. You can get most of the time most of your field filled up with monsters, but those Nimble Sunfishes, they aren't that strong. They're only like a 1200 attack. But anyway, I'm rambling at this point. Go ahead and leave me a comment in the comment section below, just with your opinion on this. If you think the deck is trash, if it's good, if you have the cards for it and you've tried it and it's not working for you, do let me know in the comment sections below. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like, and if you are enjoying my content, do subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.